start wearing them. Mom promised. So it looks like she and I talked about it. Huh? I'm sorry. I never seen it. I've seen it. Over here. I was gifted in town. Had to stay. Oh, yeah, that's. No, I mean, 70. And the four of them. Well, they've gotten rid of the issue. Especially like yours too. I think it's absolute sin. It's a sin. You know, because I told all of them, you know, your kids never first thing. No kid will be left behind. It's just your kids are the ones that are left pushing them to their fullest potential. I get a standing ovation every time. Every time I see it. Oh yeah, the STEM program. I don't know anything about it. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't have it enough. You know, I
Good morning, ladies. Welcome to Coffee Chat. No, I'm not Lana Hutchison Divers. And yes, I get to be the host today. Lana came down with a cold. And I will share with this with you so that you can pray for her. She has 2 tests today at St. Joseph for her double lung transplant. And I was concerned that they would not want her to come for the tests, but they said, yes, come. So we're happy about that. But when you think about it, just keep Lana in your prayers, okay? And then, of course, today is another special time that we want to honor our Carol Solstad. Many of you know her, some of you may not, but just so that you know, Carol, our sweet, funny lady, coffee lady, every month, once a month, for 3 years, she has served coffee for you ladies. Isn't that incredible? What a loyal servant. But these pictures I have to just share just to honor her. That first picture was done at our craft that we did. I think it was this year. It was a lot of fun. And Carol had a lot of craft items and stuff that she brought to help with putting the craft together. And of course, that's Carol in her usual responsibility, serving coffee. What do you think that third picture is? Lois, you know what? Tell us. Yes. That's right. Yes, it was at our summer camp that we did, beach camp, BHC. And she says, oh, Beth, I think I'm going to make this outfit like the old days of the swimsuits. I said, that would be so awesome. So that's what she did. She came up with it, and we had a display, and she got her picture taken in front of that. And then, of course, Carol's passion is Samaritan Purse. And she did that. When I first met her, and then I learned that she has such a passion for Samaritan Purse. And thank you, Lord, Carol was sent to me because, boy, that's a big undertaking. And she just was such a trooper and just jumped right in there and got her done. And then, of course, this is from the Breeze picture. But anyway, I just had to say a few words so that we could honor her today. It was special. So anyway, let me open up with prayer, and I'll have a few more things to share. Dear Father, we just thank you for this day. Lord, thank you for the women who are here today. Lord, we just pray that each and every one of them will be blessed today from meeting other women, getting acquainted, knowing each other. And bless Ruth Ann with her leadership and with the Karen Connect program, Lord. And we just thank you for this time together in Jesus' name. Amen. So I made a few notes so I wouldn't forget. But I want you to know for next month, this is pretty awesome for Coffee Chat. We have Arrowhead Flower Shop coming to show us how to put flower arrangements together. Won't that be fun? Now remember, this is going to be the 3rd week, not the 4th week for Coffee Chat. It's going to be the 3rd week, so that's November, I think, 17. I don't know. I don't have the date in front of me. But what then they're going to do is some woman at Coffee Chat will go away with that floral arrangement. Yeah, that sounds cool. Before I forget, please turn off your phones, silence them, so we don't have any interruptions. So now, ladies, what we're going to do is just a little simple icebreaker at your table so that you can get to kind of know each other, get acquainted. You know, that's the purpose of coffee chat, too. It's not to only just to come, but to also enjoy and meet new women who are like-minded, get acquainted, but also to learn, too. That's why we provide these special speakers. So here's the icebreaker. So I've heard it said, learn to be your own best friend. I'm sure you've heard that before. So, what is your favorite thing to do by yourself? Maybe it's a hobby, maybe there's a certain exercise or thing that you do, or, I don't know, taking walks, strolls, whatever. But we would like for you to share that with each other, get acquainted. And I can tell you my favorite thing that's fun for me and that relaxes me is decorating. I love to decorate. So we'll take about 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and get to know each other, and we'll be back, and we'll have Ruth Ann next. Okay, ladies, hope you got familiar, got to meet some new women, get acquainted, make new friends. It gives me great pleasure, though, today to introduce Ruth Ann. Many of you probably already know Ruth Ann. I mean, I can't imagine you not knowing Ruth Ann. I mean, this woman does so many things, I can't keep up with her. But she's greatly appreciated. I mean, she does so much, you know, with the memorial services and helping with the food. Look at the weddings we've had. She's been involved in that. And Saturday night, she's involved in serving there. Plus, she leads Care and Connect. So we're really excited, though, to learn more about this program. So, Ruth Ann, if you would come forward, please, and share with us. Welcome, Ruth Ann. Ladies, make sure you get a brochure, too.
My notes. Well, if you know me, you know this is not in my comfort zone. That I'm very much a behind the scenes. But when Tricia called I think it was last January, I thought, oh, October's a long time away. Wrong. It's here. But we'll start with a little history of Care and Concerns. It's just recently changed the name. And in 1998, Care and Concerns was formed to address the concerns of the members of the church who were at risk physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. And so they helped all of those. They set up a service ministry, which is like our handy helpers today. They changed light bulbs, grocery shopped, gave rides. And they had 170 services the first year. Now remember that number. They had a calling and visitation ministry to contact members to check on them, and they did 386 contacts the first year. Then in 2000, it changed from a committee to a department within the congregation, and so they had a representative on the board and got some new responsibilities. In 2002, they were given permission to raise funds to buy a bus. Well, I'm assuming it was mostly ladies. They raised $50,000 and bought a bus. The second bus was purchased in 2004. Then in 2009, a lady named Frida Smith gave Care and Concerns $200,000. It was in her will for the ongoing benefit of the activities of the Care and Concerns Department of Bellevue Heights Church. Well, this was invested, rather than just having it sit in a savings account, it was invested with some of the foundation money at Charles Schwab, but it was definitely kept separate. So we had that $200,000, and today it's about $220,000. So the market's been very good to us, even though we have spent a lot of money. We receive funds from garage sales when we have them. Some of the people that receive help from the Handy Helpers make a donation into the Care and Concerns Fund. Some people just give directly with their tithes. They pledge a little bit to Care and Concerns. We have done recently, in the last few years, we've done Easter baskets for the shut-ins. We've made Christmas baskets for the shut-ins. We've had a shred-a-thon. We've given turkeys to Valley View Food Bank. We've given school supplies to Phoenix Christian. And one time we had a big garage, we've had rummage sales, and one time we had a garage sale out in the courtyard where members could set up a table and have their own little garage sale, which was a lot of fun, except it was hot. So we've done a lot of things. I have a great committee, and I took over when Dorothy retired from chairman of the Care and Concerns. And I've got great teams, including Linda Hardesty, who is the secretary extraordinaire of Care and Concerns, now Care and Connect. So if you want to look at your brochure and kind of follow along, one that didn't get in there and should have is the Cards of Joy. Jan Wilder sends out, she has a team of ladies, and they send out cards on holidays, birthdays, whenever. So, well, first of all, your little index card, if there's something that you want to volunteer for, because I'm going to ask for help, or a question that you might have that you might forget, just jot it down. Okay, so Jan takes care of Cards of Joy. Then our food ministry. And this only works if we know of someone who's sick in the hospital or has a husband that maybe doesn't cook while you're recuperating. There's just all kinds of circumstances that we would be more than happy to take a meal to if we know. So this is one good time that you can tell on your neighbor. Let somebody either in the office or Catherine or I, if you know of somebody that could use a meal or two. So we have ladies that fix a meal. They take it usually for a dinner, but enough so they can have lunch the next day. Then it starts all over again. So what we need for that committee is ladies that would fix a meal once in a while. You're not called on regularly because we have several, but we can always use more if you're willing to do that. Catherine calls the people. She finds out if they would like the meals and what their dietary needs are and when they would like them, because when Catherine calls you to fix a meal, she'll say they'd like it delivered at 5 o'clock when they eat, and they can't have onions in anything. So we're pretty specific if you want to volunteer to do that. The next on your program is the soup bank. And in the kitchen, in the freezer, if you aren't aware, we have bags with a quart of soup, a roll, and a cookie that you're welcome to take to somebody that you think just might need a bag of soup. Sometimes it's coming home from a trip or coming home from the hospital. Just any occasion, they're right there for you to take and take to your friend. They make about 30 quarts of soup a month. Candy Jones is in charge of that. And now we have a new lady named Leanne Bossard, something like that, that's going to help with that. Next on the list is the bus, and we're going to come back to that. Estate sales, we have a team that enjoys working together with estate sales. We don't do them too much in the summer because it's just too hot and too much work. But if you know of somebody that's moving, we go in, clean it up, display it. We take our tables in, put the signs out, display it, price it, and then have the sale the day of. And we charge a percentage of the profits. The Dementia Support Group, Kay Dodge is in charge of that. Twice a month, they meet together just to support each other. They have speakers. They share helpful ideas dealing with spouses, friends that have dementia. It's a super good group, and she does a great job with that. And then there's Grief Share. Audrey has done this for I don't know how many years, and she said, when I talked to her yesterday, she said, I'd really like to be there tomorrow, Ruth Ann, but I'm on my way to Florida to go on a cruise, so we forgive her for that. But she has 7 helpers on her team. There's, right now at this group, there's about average 17 people that have been coming. There's 3 more weeks of this session, and then on the last session, they have a luncheon for the attendees. They also have a Surviving the Holidays class session coming up. And then they'll start again in January. She puts an ad in the paper. It's advertised within the church. We get people from outside of the church, from the ad in the paper or from word of mouth. Some of the people that have come to the Grief Share have started coming regularly to BHC, so which is a good thing too. The Memorial Fellowship, well, this is my thing. We furnish, when there's a death, they let me know, and we furnish coffee, lemonade, and cookies, brownies, a dessert type thing. If they want a luncheon, they either arrange for a caterer or I can do that, bring in sandwiches, whatever they want, we try and take care of it. But that part is at the family's expense. We do the dessert and the beverages. And we've done a lot of that lately. The Handy Helpers. Skip Sintz has done an amazing job with the Handy Helpers. When I said earlier that they did, how many the first year? He averages one a day now, 30 a month. He has done everything from hanging pictures to flipping mattresses to blowing leaves. I mean, he has been asked to do it all. If it's beyond him, then he'll say so, and he'll help you find somebody, a plumber or something that is professional that you need. But he has done a little bit of everything, and he's helped tremendously put things together for the new offices, hanging pictures, and he's assembled furniture, he's fixed gate latches, changed light bulbs, changed batteries in, fire, whatever, smoke detectors. He does have this problem, though. It's hard for him to say no because he'll try most anything. He is just a Superman. But we can always use more help doing that. Technically, we like to have 2 people go when they go get a call and go to the house, which isn't always possible. So then when that happens, he'll ask, when he calls ahead, he'll ask if they could have a neighbor come over or a friend. So there's always 2 people besides Skip to go into a home. They do pray with, I don't know if it's before or with the family that's having the work done, but it's a great helper. Davy Jones is back now, and so he's got some help. He won't have to do it all. But if you know of somebody that needs it, or if you need something, call the church office because it's been channeled through the office now. Okay. Is that the end of that? We'll go back to, anyway, that tells you what a great team I have. Everybody is such hard workers and they get things done, and it's just a lot of fun and a lot of work that we do. Okay, the newest thing is our transportation. We've had a real problem keeping, well, not really keeping because they have been dedicated drivers. But it is a big job. When Dale was doing it the last, I don't know how long he's been doing it, year or so, he gets up, starts at 7:30 in the morning on Sunday morning, gets the bus ready, picks up, brings to first service, takes them home, brings to second service, takes them home. So from 7:30 till about 1 o'clock, and his health has shown it. So he's decided he needs to retire from that. So we looked at the buses and we thought, it's a big increasing cost for maintaining, insurance, license, repairs, maintenance. There's always something, and he has done a wonderful job keeping them running and cool the best he can. So David Toom has done a lot of research. We've looked into Uber and Lyft and any other transportation that we could think of. And then we found out that Grace Bible Church uses a company called Envoy. Envoy America. And this group started in 2015. A man who was juggling care for his aging parents, a sister battling illness, and my own young family, I founded Envoy America to offer the care, companionship, and transportation that families like mine deeply need, ensuring they enjoy independence, social connection, and a quality of life. So he started this in 2015, and it has grown immensely. There's one nursing home consortium or whatever in Minnesota that has 30 nursing homes that use exclusively his services, or the services there, anyway. Their kind of motto is creating smiles and changing lives, one ride at a time. And they're more than just a Lyft driver that, picks you up, drops you off, goes on his way. You don't know who you're going to get. Okay, this is divided. Each driver will have probably 3 pickups that'll be there every week, the same driver. It's more of a companion driver. He'll call, I shouldn't say he, they will call the day before just to confirm that you're coming to church tomorrow. They'll pick you up at your door. They'll help you get in the car, get out of the car. They stay at church on the premises, whether they come to church or whether they sit someplace else. They're here if you need them, and then they'll be ready to take you back home immediately after service. So there's no waiting. And one of their strong points is that they show up on time. So, and they're more of a companion driver because you get to know them. It's not just like a stranger picking you up. And they'll call you and talk to you the day before. So we start this Sunday. We have, we decided we should limit it to, you can only come to one service, and that will be the 10:30 service, or Saturday night at 5 o'clock. And then you may also come on Tuesdays to the Bible study. So you can have 2 rides, but only 1 church service. This weekend, we have 5 signed up for Saturday night. We have 14 signed up for Sunday morning, and 5 for Bible study on Tuesday. So we're pretty proud, pretty pleased with that. And this is all going to be handled, if you would like a ride, if you don't have any other way to get there, then it's handled through the church office. Talk to Mary Lee or somebody that there, and they're in the contact with Envoy America. So, then there's Call and Connect, and David's going to help me with this because he's the man that has arranged all of this. We're going to get about 50 people that would make about 20 calls every 2 months. We'll give you a list of people. It's just to say hi, how you doing? Is there anything you need and anything we can pray for? Is there any long-term illness that the office may not know about? And then wish them a good day, just so we can keep in contact with our congregation. So if you would like to volunteer to be a caller, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, David's going to do a little presentation. And so that's how we changed our name to Call and Connect, because you can be concerned about something, but we want to connect and care. So that's why we changed our name. So if you would like to do that, are there any questions on that part? We're going to keep the buses though, right? I'm not sure. They're the churches now. And they're going to, last I heard, there's a possibility that they might sell the van, whichever one has the lift. and keep the van, sell the bus. But that's the church and then the leadership team's decision at this point. Yes, walkers, yes. Wheelchairs, we're going to have to take that as a piece by piece. There is another company that we can get that will take wheelchairs. But it just depends on if they can get out of the wheelchair into the car, and it's a folding wheelchair, then that's doable maybe. But walkers, definitely.
Also, what about the golf cart that picks them up is that still gonna?
Oh, yes. We don't have anything to do with the golf cart. That's a separate ride. Beth?
So, do you foresee down the road with Envoy other possibilities of transportation with people or women? I'm thinking in terms of women's ministry that, they'd like to go be involved in friendship table, Bible study, but they don't have transportation. Do you foresee any future with that?
David? Is there any future with using the Envoy for women's ministry, is the question.
Yes. We do have to plan significantly ahead. They do have those that, they have a vetting system, and so in their vetting system, they arrange with the drivers to use their own vehicles, okay? And it has to be either a four-door sedan or an SUV at least for that. And so the answer is yes, but we do have to plan ahead. They can arrange for it ahead. Envoy America even delivers people at Grace to the choir rehearsal. And so it really it's driven by the needs of the church and to what we can plan toward. So it's kind of a get ready, go for us right now as we just beginning this weekend, we're finding our way. But the answer is yes.
That was something else I forgot to say. The drivers are all vetted, fingerprinted, background checked. They have to have a caring personality and mature, and with a, what was the word I have? Know how to deal with mature people. It takes a special.
Well, the nice thing is they walk to the door and knock on the door to have them come. They escort them. I think you said that. But that's an extraordinary, that doesn't happen. Darlene.
I may have missed this and you may have addressed it. Is there a cost per ride per person, and do you have any idea what that would be?
No. Karen Connect is underwriting the cost out of the resources that it manages. Right now, the cost is approximately going to be over a year. We've been spending about $25,000 a year on the buses and on a variety of things, maintenance. And so right now we project that the cost will be about that. It is an expensive ministry for sure, but one that we think that to sustain it as we grow, you have to be able to have right now our operation has been as though we were 600 smaller, because we've basically been doing the same thing for the last 3 or 4 years that we were doing for the first 20. And so this is going to allow us to expand it without a lot of challenge. We're not expecting anyone who's picked up to contribute to it, but there will be, and it ultimately will be either, if Karen Connect ultimately no longer has the resources, then it becomes a part of the church budget.
David, if one of the buses are sold, would the money from that sale go into the Karen Connect to help raise the cost?
Theoretically, that sounds good to to Ruth Ann and me, but they are actually owned by the church, and so it would be up to the leadership team at that point.
So the new program, Call and Connect, how do you plan, I mean, how are you going to get the word out for those individuals that would love to volunteer for that program? And understand exactly their guidelines or what they would be responsible in doing.
It's interesting, Call and Connect, what we're, as we identify how to move into the future, a number of you were here during the pandemic, not a whole lot. During the pandemic, we had about 70 people calling every week to probably 500 people to see how they were doing, to see what the needs were. And it was a very successful program. It went on for about 5 months. And we found people making friends. We found people relating, becoming more well acquainted, meeting people on Sunday that they had spoken to on the phone that they didn't know. And the premise of all this is no one attends church to be lonely. And yet, as you grow as a church, you increasingly have difficulty because each of us know how many, 40, 25, 30 people, maybe have a conversation with less than that. And then it's very easy, as you grow, for someone to come, be with you for 4 months, and leave, and nobody have any idea that they're gone. And it's a challenge for every church, but what we're attempting to do is identify a simple program here by which we have, as Ruth Ann mentioned, 50 calling partners that will be assigned 20 households with which to call one every 2 months. And so what our first line of request is, well, I should add to it, ultimately, we would like everyone who calls Bellevue Heights Church home to get called once every 2 months, whether it's 1,000 people, 1,500 people, that's what we'd like to do. We want to keep it simple. We don't want to complicate it. It's not to replace Care and Connect as a big picture. It's not to replace anything that women's ministry does. It's to complement everything at Bellevue Heights Church. So our first line is to appeal to those who would like to be a call partner, a connect partner. That being the case, what we're doing is a week from Sunday at ministry tables, which happens to be the week that Care and Connect has most of the ministry space. We're going to be, first of all, asking for those who like to make phone calls, who just like to get on the phone and call, to come, let us know. We will, again, immediately move within the first week to assign 20 households for them. We will provide them a card, which I think you may have picked up or you will have available on your way out, a card that identifies 6 questions, just to lead into, hi, this is Dave. I'm just calling to check on you. How are you doing? Much like Ruth Ann said. Do you have a prayer request? Simple like that. If you have anything that you'd like us to know, please call me back over these next 2 months, but you'll hear from me again. And so our desire is to develop, in a very simple way, those who like to make calls. It doesn't seem like 50 people would be that hard to get who like to make calls. So that's what our goal is. We have cards to hand out to them. We're going to be providing for the Call Connect partners the list of people. And then the other thing we're going to be doing is when people come to discover BHC, there's one this Sunday, whether we'll prepare for this Sunday or not, I don't know. But our desire is when we have that, we immediately give to them the name of their Connect partner so they can expect a call. So we're talking about a lifestyle as how we do church, how we take care of one another, how we love on each other, that we want to just be able to replicate and go on forever, okay? But not replace any ministry here. Something that's simple, straightforward, that simply complements everything we're doing in a simple way. Does that make sense?
Yes, very good.
Okay. All right. No one goes to church to be lonely. And that's what we look for. Would you thank Ruth Ann again for her amazing, amazing work?
And thank David. I have one more. Go ahead. Vicki. Yeah. Not necessarily. We have one in Peoria. We'd like it to stay within, you know. And one more thing before I give up the podium. I'm on the committee for the block party. And if you don't know what the block party is, it's at Christmas time, ask somebody. It's a really fun Friday evening. There's a couple things that I'd like for you to think about that we could, if you have one of these on your card, we'd like to borrow some benches, like a park bench with the wooden slats, just for one day. We don't want to keep them. But if you have one that we could borrow to put in our train depot, we'd like to know that. If you have a Christmas tree that you're going to get rid of, an evergreen tree, whether it lights or not, I don't want those yet, but let me know that you have one. We could have the first, well, before Thanksgiving, we're going to have to decorate the church because the first Sunday of Advent is the Sunday after Thanksgiving. And of course, you'll be asked for cookies. That's not, that's a given. So, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much again. That was great.
Well, I don't know about you, but I sure learned a lot today. A lot of good things happening. So really think about volunteering, getting involved, and how you might like to be able to help that ministry. Just one more announcement. Our event coming up, October 31st, and you have this weekend only to get registered. It's only $5 from 9 to 12. Unleashing the Power of Prayer, and it is going to be a really good event. We all need encouragement. We need hope. We need to support each other. So come. You're not going to be required to pray. And share with other women at the church. Invite them to come. We want everybody to attend this. It's going to be, you're going to learn a lot. Okay, so hope to see you there. And ladies, thank you so much for coming today. It was great seeing you. Yes, Judy.
It's Gina's birthday.
Gina's birthday. Oh, we got to sing happy birthday. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gina. Happy birthday to you. Yay. All right. Thank you, ladies. See you again.